The Media Research Center is out with a new study showing just how biased the media is. Their analysis of network morning news programs showed the anchors tossed their questions from the left. Of those policy questions with a clear ideological premise, a whopping 85%, 35, arrived from the left, compared with just 15%, 6, from the right. But aren't we making a mistake labeling them as biased when they're not really reporters at all? They are Democratic politicians posing as journalists. Here's one way to turn the tables on this charade. Look at journalist Carly Fiorina quizzing Democrat politician Chris Cuomo about Planned Parenthood's recent change of policy on paying for fetal tissue.
Have you ever watched those videos?
Yes, I have.
You ought to if you haven't.
I have.
You really ought to if you haven't.
I have.
But I don't understand why Planned Parenthood would make an announcement that they're no longer accepting compensation.
To clarify a policy that was used to villainize them when they felt that there was no need to do that. That's what the head of the organization says.
It's clear what your opinion is, Chris. It's clear what your
What's my opinion, Ms. Fiorina? What do you think it is?
Cuomo states his opinion quite clearly, then seems puzzled that the reporter noticed. The interview with Cuomo continued.
Do you not acknowledge that the left wing uses incendiary rhetoric over and over and over again to silence messages that they don't want to deal with?
I would agree with you. I think that what we have seen out of both parties is disgusting. I think it's cheapened the process. I think it's turned people off, and I think it's fed an anger that now is almost out of control. And I think that the job of all of us is try to bring the system back into conformity with what it was supposed to be about, which is people with different ideas going at it, not scaring people, not pushing people to violence.
Can you tell which one is running for office? I can't.
Love and kindness.
That's what I represent.
But here's the thing. Aren't these guys, this is what I love about Carly Fiorina. You turn the tables on them, you ask them questions, they cannot resist answering them, right?
Absolutely. I mean, again, the whole media bias thing. But that's a perfect example in terms of the left now framing the conservative as unfeeling. Carly comes across, just media-wise, I'm just a person watching this. She's justified. But he comes across as someone that's more available to an idea. It's the love and kindness thing. It's the problem, and Andrew and I talked about this private a lot.
Andrew Breitbart.
Culture leads politics. And unless, see, Carly can deliver that message with love and kindness, the same message, and get across a little more than what Chris did. So it's something that they have to learn. The other thing is that, for instance, if President Obama or Hillary Clinton said, we have a vetting process that's broken. The INS is broken. We should suspend until it's fixed. If President Obama said this, until it's fixed, we should suspend Muslim immigration.
Yes.
Till it's fixed. The red line underneath everyone, it would be vetting process broken. President wants it fixed.
Exactly.
Before danger.
That's
the media. That's the absolute lie of a media.
Well, that's
of this
it.
media in
how
America.
do you stop them from framing the issue, Anthony? She likes to turn the tables and ask questions. I like that technique.
I thought it was fantastic to watch Cuomo kind of squirming like that. It was he wound up speaking a lot more than she did.
Yes.
She would ask the question, and he's trying to answer, and really got him in the hot seat. I like her. She's feisty.
I didn't say I didn't like her.
Well, and she knows where she's coming from, and she knows when she's in a biased situation. Do you remember the other Cuomos, Mario Cuomo, Joanne?
Oh, for sure. He had a great
Mario
album.
Cuomo. He also has, I think Chris Cuomo has a brother who's also in politics, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's, you know, it happens, though. It gets passed down like bad genes.
Well, the thing is, how can we
keep on
pretend that these people are objective? They keep acting as if they're reporters. They're obviously not. They're all activists.
They're not. But you know what's so great is I feel like Carly and a bunch of other candidates, especially recently, have been doing a great job kind of fielding all those questions. I mean, there's so many instances now where people are asking Carly for examples. Give me examples. And she does.
Yes.
And she does, and she shows why the media is biased or is polarizing in the way that they ask their questions. And I think that if we continue to see more of that, voters and audiences who are watching this are going to really respond and recognize the fact that they're being really easy on the liberal candidates and harder on the conservatives.
There it is, John DeVore. What can you say to that?
Well, as the representative of the left-wing conspiracy here
Yes.
tonight, I will bring up, you know, yellow journalism in the 19th century was famous for telling its readers what they wanted to hear. And that is the state of media, both right and left right now. We all have our little bubbles, and we can find the media that we want to find that will tell us what we want to hear. Because, look, from the left, you'll hear nothing but, you know, stories that, you know, the left we love to exchange stories from The Blaze and from Breitbart and from some shows on Fox News, and we tell ourselves the same story. We're all in our bubbles, and our bubbles are telling us what we want to hear.
John,
except on this show, vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016 or this country's going to go down in flames.
I think John DeVore made a great point. You have to go back to the 19th century to find a time when there wasn't liberal bias in the media.